As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, extend greetings to all the participants from India and abroad who are attending today's national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in agriculture, on a very important topic, food value chain issues, challenges, and potential. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf, and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of Centers of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome today's guest speaker to deliver the talk in the 88th edition of this national webinar series, Mr. Umesh Kamble. He is the CEO, Farm to Fork Solutions of Mumbai. For the benefits of the participants and the guest speaker, let me inform that so far under this webinar series, the university has organized 87 webinars on very important topics: role of agricultural cooperative societies and e-governance, blockchain technology-based fishery value chain, a self-contained village, a felt need of the day, spices informatics network value chain. Hello, please put the video on, Mr. Kamble. Lantana camera, a camouflaged treasure trove, smart hill agriculture, digitalized agriculture value chain system, Mara mobile, Mara marketing, integrated mariculture, aquaponics, and precision agriculture. In short, MAPA biofarms for income revolution, smart tribal agriculture, digital agri-tech, an industry perspective, land resources information system in India, whether decision technologies for increasing farm income, big data in smart farming, sustainable small and land management for climate smart agriculture, understanding market dynamics for increasing farm income, role of technologies in mitigating crop risk, how to generate additional profit via simple, attractive
I think there is a problem with internet connectivity. Professor Moni sir will join shortly. He is connecting again, sir.
Hello. 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 Mr. Umesh?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir,
Sorry
yes.
that there is an internet.
Oh, no
crash.
issue, no issue.
Weather decision technologies. Data card? Just put it over here. It is creating problem. Just 1 minute. Hotspot?
Yeah, hotspot. Let my hotspot come visible there.
This is am I CC to know?
No.
Great.
Maybe Android is up there.
I need it.
Okay, now it's on. You can continue.
Hello. You put it over here. And weather decision technologies for increasing farm income, big data in smart farming, sustainable soil and land management for climate smart agriculture, understanding market dynamics for increasing farm income, role of technologies in mitigating crop risk, how to generate additional profit via simple, attractive approaches in farm produce, adoption of flexi rubber check dam technology, potential benefit for farmers in rainfed and coastal agro ecosystems, realizing the economic benefits of agroforestry, Octosol organic humic solutions for increasing crop yields and quality while increasing farm income and improving soil health, closing the nutrient loop, phosphorus management in protein farming, improving nutrient use efficiency and farm productivity, artificial intelligence enabled pest management technology for agriculture crop protection without pesticides, empowering farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination, smart poultry monitoring solutions, agrobiodiversity, intellectual property laws, agriculture and farmer welfare. Okay, good. Mr. Umesh, I got another connectivity. Hello. Mr. Umesh.
I'm there, sir.
Okay. Agrobiodiversity, intellectual property laws, agriculture and farmer welfares, and insight into the issues for India's agrarian economy. Manufacture and application of biochar for increased soil fertility and crop productivity. Sustainable integration of livestock with agriculture for farm income increase. Role of geographical indication on improving farmers' income. Lessons from Asia Pacific region. Dairy informatics network value chain, a dairy tech startups perspective for farmers' income increase. Spices informatics network value chain, a turmeric startup perspective for farmers' income increase. Generating sustainable on-farm income through fintech intervention. Nutrition sensitive agriculture pathway for increasing farmer income. Artificial intelligence and data analytics to ensure optimal nutrition in the soil, harvested food that minimize human disease. Bioenergy supply chain, a business opportunity for rural enterprises and farmer produce organization. Tech enabling India's tech-starved farmer for manifold increase in productivity and income. Open insurance ecosystem for agriculture producers, risk management solutions to overcome repercussions on farmers' income, market stability, and food safety. Role of mass media for farmers' income increase, a case study from Green TV. Stack, agriculture stack, open source digital infrastructure for the agriculture ecosystem, a Linux Foundation project. Circular bioeconomy towards resilience, urgent need for redefining raw materials and modified waste management policies and regulations. Agri-tech, new horizon in Indian agriculture. Supporting of farmers for marketing will only help doubling of income by 2022. Rural transformation for farmers' income increase. Case studies from impoverished districts. Mobile-enabled software as a service to solve complex supply chain challenges. A case study from Daily Orders. John Deere's journey in India, integrated precision agriculture solutions. Doubling of income of farmers through eco-agri revolution. Bayer's carbon farming initiative, post-production. Interventions maximizing value for farmers. BAFE models of revival of traditional water management systems to enable doubling of farmers' income. Should we adopt farmers' welfare as a new paradigm instead of farmers' income? ICT intervention in agriculture, challenges and opportunities. Democratizing the future of farming, a global experience. Commercial processing of orders, a next game changer in dairy. Data-driven agriculture and agri-tech startup perspective. Agribusiness potential in Muriga. Agriculture income pathways, strengthening links between agriculture activities and nutrition outcomes. Technology, education, research, rehabilitation for the environment. Cultivating dignity for farmers. Model village development programs, a case study from Maharashtra. Market-driven agriculture, need for development of cross-specific strategies at block level. Farmers collective with value addition. Powerful business model for income increase for small and marginal farmers. Lessons from Operation Flood for transforming agriculture and food systems. Sustainable food production. Agriculture marketing in India, defects therein and remedial measures if any. Small scale fisheries that and their contribution to rural livelihoods, case studies from developing countries. Impacting lives through livelihood promotion and value chain development, case study of Vritti impact model. Organic spices cultivation for doubling of farmers' income in northeastern region of India, a value chain analysis. Agriculture exports management, imperatives of integrating with global value chain at the earliest. Agriculture value chain challenges and opportunities. Dairy husbandry for food security and national prosperity. Mushroom cultivation, a wave towards self-reliance from agriculture waste and providing national nutritional food security to the nation. Subhas Palekar, natural farming, future of farming rooted in Indian tradition. Vision 2025, agriculture and allied sectors viewpoint. Doubling income of tribal families through value chain intervention and minor forest producer, a case study on custard apple value chain from Udaipur, Rajasthan. Unnati Agri, internet in farmlands, key for prosperous farmers. Jackfruit informatics network value chain, a needed digital infrastructure for increasing farmer income. Doubling of farmers' income through integrated agri value chain. Potential role of minor fruits in achieving nutritional and livelihood security. Fisheries Informatic Network Value Chain, a case study from Manja Technologies. Untapped potential for growth, co-create solutions to realize gains for farmers, farms, households, and communities. Neem tree, a sustainable solutions to livelihood, chemical-free nutritious food, and global warming. One district, one product, informatics network value chain, key to unlocking India's potential of agri exports. Village e-commerce, challenges, barriers, and potential in rural India. Export promotion of GI tagged agricultural products from India, issues, challenges, and potentials. Doubling Indian farmers' income through indigenous cows. Opportunities and challenges. Livestock insurance ecosystem, a necessity for smallholder farmers in India. Innovative future farming needed for design agriculture. This was cancelled because of the inability of the speaker to join. Empowering rural farmers by co-creating value-added products, an agri-tech entrepreneur perspective. Today is the 88th edition of the National Webinar Series, which will be addressed by Mr. Umesh Kamble, CEO, Farm to Fork Solutions, Secretary General, Chamber of Advancement of Small and Medium Businesses, Vice President, AFSTI Mumbai Chapter, and Co-Chair, ASSOCHAM Maharashtra, on a very important topic, food value chain, issues, challenges, and potentials. Dear participants, please note the keywords: food, value chain, issues, challenges, and potential. I would like to quote what Acharya Vinoba Bhave said. India is said to be a land of villages. India is largely an agricultural country, and it consists of about more than 6.25 lakhs villages. Agriculture sector is the foundation of Indian economy. It employs more than 50% of the India's workforce and contributes almost 19% of the GDP. At present, agricultural livelihoods are being severely impacted and world over as a result of anthropogenic global warming and climate change. And farmers of India are facing multifaceted problems: price fluctuation, debt, and lack of infrastructure and weather. Indian farming community comprises of about 14.5 crores of operational holdings, of which 85% farmers are having small and marginal operational holdings. They need timely, location-specific, and personalized information for effective control on their production, risk, and then market their produce to identified market opportunities. Many national level programs like Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, and Stand Up India program have faced operational difficulties for its impacted farm level and farmer level, that too at small and marginal farmers. But under Make in India programs, lot of startups are now introducing drone-based technologies to survey and map farm potential. I'm very happy to note that. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, at the 7th Governing Council meeting of Niti Aayog, Team India, held on 7th August 2022 in New Delhi, he said in the opening address, he stressed the need to focus on modernized agriculture, animal husbandry, and food processing to become self-sufficient and global leader in the agriculture. On 7th August 2022, he said it in the Niti Aayog 7th Governing Council meeting. And in the closing remark, he said, I quote, each state should focus on promoting trade, tourism, and technology via every Indian mission around the world. How to rope in every Indian mission in the world to promote India's trade, India's tourism, and India's technology. And the states must focus on reducing imports, increasing exports, and identifying opportunities thereof. Very important remarks, one in the opening ceremony and another one is closing remarks. On 16th April 2022, he said, India cannot afford to remain stagnant at this juncture, and it has to be self-reliant. And if people use local goods for the next 25 years, the country will not have to face the issue of unemployment, while urging the people to buy only locally made products only. In this connection, I would like to quote the recommendations from the Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 report 2018, in which I have been associated as a group leader for 2 volumes during formulation of the recommendations of Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 report, volume 11, which talked about empowering the farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination. Volume 12B, digital technology in agriculture. The digital technology in agriculture in volume 12B in chapter 10 talks about 7 mission mode programs, which is very essential for bringing in digital technology in agriculture in India. Recommendation number 1, digitalized agriculture. Digital technology and innovation in agriculture, Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, and Startup India program for transformational reforms in agriculture sector through smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming. And digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions. Digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming. Digitalized value chain for about 400 agriculture commodities. Digitalized access to inputs, technology, knowledge, skill, agricultural finance, credit, marketing, and agribusiness management to farmers. Digitalized integrated land and water management. Digitalized farm health management for reduction of farmers' loss. This report also talks about networking of agriculture cooperative societies and the digitalization of primary agriculture cooperative societies and primary fisher cooperative societies. That Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is the vision of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of making India a self-reliant nation based on 5 I's: intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure, and innovation. Based on 5 pillars: economy, quantum jump in economy, infrastructure, one that represents modern India, systems, 21st century technology, demand whereby strength of our demand and supply chain should be utilized to full capacity. Vocal for local and make in India for global. It's very important. During the 3rd tranche of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Government of India given about 1.5 lakh crore as the booster for agriculture sector. 1 lakh crore for agriculture cooperative societies, farmer produce organization, and startups for boosting farm gate infrastructure. 10,000 crores for formalization of microfood enterprises for following cluster-based farming approach. 20,000 crores for Prime Minister's Matsya Sampada Yojana to pay way for additional fish production of 70 lakhs tons over 5 years. Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations and Agenda 2030. 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 targets to be achieved. Government of India has also come out with Amrit Kal, led up to 100. Means next 25 years strategic plans, targets to be achieved to make India new India. Value chain development is very important. Empowering rural farmers by co-creating value-added products through agri-tech perspective. Value chain development, value chain brings all the stakeholders engaged in production system on a common platform to contribute their best while ensuring fair deal and transparency. It's very important. Taking a holistic and market-driven view of entire value chain from consumer to supplier creates the right environment for sector-wide development. This is what your company is doing it. Farm to Fork Solutions. I'm very happy to note that. One district and one product. Significance of the scheme. Increased the economy's growth, employment, and rural entrepreneurialism. Atmanirbhar Bharat goal. All regions should be able to benefit from the holistic socio-economic expansion. To increase exports and manufacturing within the district by attracting investors. 750 districts, 450 agricultural commodities, livestock products, fish products, and each one needs to have a separate digitalized agriculture value chain. It's very important to be integrated with the global value chain. Connecting the dots, which are all the starts? Agri-tech startups, agri entrepreneurials, and rural innovators. It's very important. This is what Farm to Fork solution is doing it. Let me quote from the webinars which we are conducting, one on every Thursday, national webinar series on doubling farmers' income by 2022. And another one is international webinar series on open source digital technologies towards self-reliant India in association with African Asian Rural Development Organization. In the national webinar series, we have, out of 87 editions, 20 editions talked about value chain development. And in the international webinar series on open source digital technologies, about 9 topics talked about value chain technologies and potentials. And also that seizing opportunities in open innovation and value chain creation in the digitalized world for self-reliant economy. And an NGO like Unnati, some Unnati, it has a plan to establish an open agri network to unlock $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with smallholder farmers. They wanted to give for every farmer produce organization that instrument for collecting weather parameters. And that is very important that they have gone to that scientific and technology based weather based solutions. And this is very important. Coconut value chain challenges, transforming opportunities by Dr. P. Ratnam, Dr. P. Ratnam, former chairman of Coconut Development Board, how to bring in coconut producing farmers into the value chain, into the coffee, and the coffee producing farmers into the coffee value chain as a partner. And we have to talk about at least 450 agriculture commodity value chain to strengthen one agri-tech startup in every gram panchayat, means 2.25 lakh agri-tech startups. And agriculture value chain, I would like to quote from the UNIDO report. It has a positive impact on employment in both rural and urban areas related to off-farm processing and income diversification, which offers market access to smallholders and creates business linkages to small and medium enterprises. This is what UNIDO working paper talks about it. And then today's topic is food value chain, issues, challenges, and potential. A food value chain consists of all the stakeholders who participate in the coordinated production and value-adding activities that are needed to make food products. This is what Food and Agriculture Organization website talks about it. A sustainable food value chain is a food value chain that is profitable throughout all of its stages. Means it has to bring in economic sustainability, has broad-based benefits for society. It means that it has to achieve social sustainability and has to have a positive or neutral impact on the natural environment, environmental sustainability. So when you talk about food value chain, a sustainable value chain has to achieve economic sustainability, a social sustainability, and environmental sustainability. All other commodity value chains, it looks into the market value chain. And principles of sustainable food value chain development, it talks about lot of components, which I would like to mention: how to bring in how to measure performance, how to understand performance, and how to improve performance. It's very important. That this report talks about a development framework, and on which Food value chain as the core of the system of complex economic, social, and natural environments. And food value chain analysis include that it has got two key concepts: value and chain. A study of value chain comprises of two key concepts: value and chain. The value is added, it has got synonyms that value added. And in the value chain analysis, as it characterizes the incremental value of a resultant product produced from processing of a product. Incremental value of a resultant product. And for agricultural products, value addition can also take place through differentiation of a product based on food safety, which you are doing, and food functionality. Price of a resultant product shows its incremental value. The term chain refers to a supply chain, indicating the process and actors involved in the life cycle from consumption to disposal of a product. Idea of a value chain was pioneered by American academic Michael Porter in 1985 in his book Competitive Advantage: Creating and Sustaining Superior Performance. He used the idea to show how companies can add value to their raw material to produce products that are eventually sold to the public. It has got 5 steps: inbound logistic, operations, outbound logistic, marketing and sales, and service. Agriculture food value chains are designed to increase competitive advantage through collaboration in a venture that links producer, processor, marketers, food service companies, retailers, and supporting groups such as shipper, research groups, and suppliers. As per the website of your website, I took it, I gone through it, I was quite impressed. As per the website www.farm2forkindia.com, Farm to Fork Solution is a multi-dimensional service provider from agro harvest to processed food business and pharma and cosmetic industry. And their vision is: we aspire to play the role of a coach, mentor, counselor, advisor, trainer, and consultant so that we can develop skilled and competent human resources for the food processing and pharma and cosmetic sector. That's why I was very keen to have you as the guest speaker in this webinar series. We aspire to keep ourselves updated with the recent advancement in the area of food safety across the globe. We aspire to create a demand for food and cater to the need of learning food safety aspects among the students, farmers, and consumers and other stakeholders of the food industry at local, national, and international level. We aspire to act as a connecting link amongst the academic research organization and various layers of food chain. I was quite impressed. Farmer, manufacturer, end consumer, and etc. And pharma and cosmetic industry, so as to enable the technology to reach to the stakeholders. There remains a plenty of room for increase in land productivity. It is as per the Deloitte report titled "The Food Value Chain: A Challenger for the Next Century." This report is in the 2013. That time itself they say that there remains a plenty of room that for increase in land productivity. It's very important. And if the land productivity increases and we are able to bring in productivity, then that food value chain can rule the roost. The challenges in the food value chain: poor communication between food supply chain partners. The total number of people suffering from a lack of food is over 1 billion people worldwide. This is where food value chain has to be a sustainable food value chain. The fact is that population growth outpaces agriculture production, and the development of agricultural technologies This is from the website of planetaryproject.com. Lack of food and its poor quality cause a negative impact on people's health, labor force quality, and productivity. Finally, it prevents economic growth. It is a caution. Agriculture, nutrition, and health are interlinked. With this background, now let us turn to the address by Mr. Umesh Kamble, CEO, Farm to Fork Solutions, on a very important topic, food value chain, issues, challenges, and food and potentials. This topic will motivate and galvanize the participants. Watching over telecast through the facebook.com, Shobhit University India, youtube.com, Shobhit University in, and linkedin.com, company, Shobhit University, for establishing food startups at each Gram Panchayat. One food startup for each Gram Panchayat, and to promote and sustain vocal for local to make it global. Let us unlock the opportunities in India at the earliest. The country requires 2.25 agri-tech startups, one per each Gram Panchayat. Let me introduce the guest speaker to the audience. Mr. Manish. Mr. Umesh Kamble is a first-generation entrepreneur and is founder and managing director of Farm to Fork Solutions, India Private Limited. He is a technocrat having 15 years of experience in food processing setup, legal and licensing services for food, truck, cosmetic, and other industries in India. He has worked with various MNCs such as SGS India Private Limited, Reliance Retail Limited, Godrej Agrovet Limited. Umesh Kamble holds food science degree from College of Food Technology, Marathwada Agriculture University, Barbani, Maharashtra, and MSc Food Technology, Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. He also holds diploma in HACCP, ISO 9001-2000, and Total Quality Management conducted by Quality Environment and IEC Pune and Government College of Engineering, Pune. He is a member of Board of Governance of CFT PBN Alumni Association, Vice President of Association of Food Scientists and Technology India, member of All India Agriculture Students Association, life member of Punjab Agriculture University Alumni Association, and fast track trainer for general manufacturing. He is a regular speaker and trainer at the Retail Association of India and programs conducted by AFSTI, training of trainer workshop by Food Industry Capacity and Skill Initiative, and City College Plymouth, UK, and lead auditor training course, and occupational health and safety assessment series, and BRC, British Retail Consortium Food, conducted by SGS India Limited, and food safety management systems, and so on and so forth. With this, I would like to request Mr. Umesh Kamble to the National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, Atmanirbhar Bharat in Agriculture, to talk on the topic Food Value Chain Issues, Challenges, and Potential. Over to you, Mr. Umesh Kamble. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for introduction and briefing about the complete value chain. I have also gone through your talk and understand some of the new aspects of the value chain, because food value chain is such a vast subject, and just a simple thing is it is not a one person role. It is a multi-dimensional, multi entrepreneur, and role is important in this sector. Specifically, if we see the food value chain, whenever if we see the as our honorable prime minister having the vision of the doubling the farmer income, I think from the 2030 we can go for the tripling the farmer income also. Why? Because our value chain get day by day increasing. Once our value chain is increased, definitely the farmer income definitely get increase. And we need a involvement from the, like, start from the farmer to the up to the reaching to the consumer, the whole food chain. Everyone should pass on the, like, if we see the race and the marathon people uh, pass on the stick to the each other, and everyone they are the everyone is winning in the food value chain is like that only. If we minimize our wastages, if we see our wastage scenario, we can feed the nation like UK in terms of fruits and vegetable wastage. So if we can minimize, because if we see our population day by day increasing, our productivity is decreasing, but only solution for that is to increase our value chain day by day. That's why the if we cannot able to increase our value chain, there is a food security challenges. And india is a playing very important role, not only for the Indian consumer. We will feed to the international level. If our value chain is developed and every stakeholder is taken very good initiative, and promptly do their roles into the value chain, the people or the student or the entrepreneur, those want to work in a value chain. There is a lot of people are asking the value chain, having the challenges, having the issues. Yeah, there is a issues and there is a challenges, and it should be the challenges, because what happened that it is a not a it is a daily basis the production is coming. Daily basis the produce is, once we uh, sow the plant in the land, it will not stop. It will continuously coming, and the day by day challenges is differently, day by day changing, because due to the global warming also, the crop rotation is the biggest challenge. Rain is coming anytime. From that angle also, we need to change our value chain practices, like harvesting practices, storage practices, even carrying practices. All we need to involve. So I just go by step by my presentation. I think my presentation is there, Manish ji. एक मिनट, स्क्रीन से शेयर करना पड़ेगा, कैसा रहेगा? हेलो.
No, you have already uploaded.
Yeah, uploaded. So
Yeah, then
it
you
is
have to
showing in
screen. Yeah.
the screen.
Yes, sir. Sir, you disconnected that. Kindly share again, sir.
Okay, how it is? It is just
So just click on the share, click on slide and upload from your computer. Otherwise, sir, when you click on the
okay.
share
Slide. Okay.
and click on the slide, you
Okay,
will get that, sir.
okay. Just a minute. Sorry. It is disconnected. Now it is loaded, na?
So when you click on the share and click on the slide on top side, there will two slide will show, sir, because you uploaded two times, sir.
Ah,
Just select one. Just select one.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes. It is.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. If we see the food value chain, like as it it is called chain, like everyone and every stakeholder need to take part and do their role in a proper way. Then and then only we can achieve, or we can add the value to our product, like in at farm level, processing level, distribution level, retail level, consumer level, even transportation level also. Transportation is also one of the very much wastage we are doing. But if we see the what are the infrastructure things are increasing in the India, that will help the specifically food value chain to reach out from the one place to the another place, and like interior part like northeast and Jammu Kashmir, they are having the very fantastic product, but reaching to the international market or reaching to the big cities market, they are facing the certain challenges due to the lack of infrastructure. But infrastructure is developing, so that in that way also the specifically in the logistics sector and the agri infrastructure, there are a lot of potentials in Indian Indian scenario, and there are challenges. Why it is challenges are there due to the lack of infrastructure. There are certain challenges in terms of locally the infrastructure, proper electricity is not there, or the proper, because all the cold chain or the warehousing, we need a proper infrastructure, but that infrastructure is also building. We are converting more on the solar basis, like if we see the now the agri infrastructure fund which is available for the addition of the warehousing. So specifically that warehousing, and they are giving the solar based warehousing subsidies to the new that is going to add in next 6 months. That is in the process, because that all feedback is gone from the rural side, because rural side people want to put up the warehouses, people want to do that, but their challenges is the 24-hour electricity is still we have the challenges, but there are a solution is there. So this, if we see in the food value chain, still date also Europe, US also facing the challenges. Still they are 20 or 30 years ahead of us, and their challenges and our challenges are much different. Why? Because we have the definitely we have the irrigated land is more, but the individual farmer who is irrigating or who is growing the, that is very less. If you see in the developed country, the people having the land back minimum 1,000 acre, 2,000 acre, and single go they are doing the farming. But in our places, there are a very small land holding, then small, and a lot of whatever the mechanization or the whatever the value addition we want to do at local level, that is a very that is not feasible due to the volume. But aggregation, do the aggregation, and come in one place and do the big, like just our government one district one product, that initiative is come to due to the that one only, because small farmer producing, and they can form a one big common facility center, go there, do, do the production, and get the market at a national or international level. If we see the major challenges, just I discuss in a supply chain, our major losses. If we see the new startups has come with the different solution, like increasing the shelf life of the our fresh produce, because our wastage is huge. Even even storage facility is one of the storage. Even there are a certain technologies are coming to the uh, uh, in a biotechnological uh, things. You can incorporate the gene, and due to that one you can see the sudden increase in the shelf life of the particular produce. That is one of the aspect. But the if we see the food losses only, if we work, there are plenty of startups can come, or the new companies also, every new developed companies also working on the minimizing their losses. Because if we and it is not a farmer loss, it is a national loss. If we go in developed countries, they don't waste the food. Why? Because they feed that it is a national loss, not an individual loss. Even you go for the German, if you order for the some food and you are not eating, they will charge you for the wasting the food also. But India also, that practices need to become, because if we will not respect our food, or the we will not decrease our losses. And when we decreases our losses only, then and then only we will get value to our food only. uh, major problem is the inventory, excess inventory, or if we see in the agri value chain, major challenges. Sometimes some produce get the very low rate, and some produce get the very high rate. Like, majorly in the year, if we see in the news, tomato, onion, and a lot of agri produce, if you find that there are certain suddenly price uh, price boom is happen from 10 rupees to it will be go to the 100 rupees. So to avoid such a uh, crashes, we need to take up the help of the our IT infrastructure, where demand and supply can be matched, and we will use our inventory model, and help the which whatever the supply is there, whatever the demand is there, that much only we can supply, and rest we can keep as the inventory, in a uh, inventory in our agri infrastructure or the warehousing. So that is only the way to avoid the prices. Even if we see the consumer demand, nowadays, if we see the in the traceability, we are very much lacking as compared to the other countries. Traceability is one of the aspect where, due to that one, our prices, our producer not getting the proper prices. Why? Because if we see the which soil, which soil content we are not testing, even what are the waters we are using, what are the seeds we are using, what are the practices we are giving to the agri produce, what are the picking, and what are the farm traceability, that is not in place till a date. But there are technologies, or there are the new companies are coming on the traceability part, and the traceability is one of the way to give you, if I think there is a time will be the come, whenever you will take any fruit or the any vegetable, if you scan the code, it will directly reaches to the source, like the who is the farmer of that produce, which land it is cultivated, and how much nutrient he uses, how much uh, all the detail, because that will give the trust to the consumer ki bhi this whatever I am eating healthy food and nutritious food. Because what happened that we will find in India, we are finding the number of cases of the cancers and all the lifestyle diseases, and this is happened due to the non-identification of our food. Like, we will do not know ki bhi from which part, or the where the which place the fruit is our food is coming. So that is one of the aspect. And the people, if we see the like company, a lot of companies, a lot of startups in last 5 years are coming in a home delivery model. They will give the guarantee about the particular nutrition, particular quantity, and the particular milk content. I do not take the name of the startup, but if we see, that is a USP of their startup. We are getting the same food, but they are giving the trust level due to their traceability and the uh, traceability model, and they are getting the good prices. Like, if you see they are getting the 30 to 40% more prices than whatever we are selling. Then fragmentation of the supply chain is one of the problem here, but that problem I personally feel that will solve in a next when our infrastructure infrastructure is proper. So then and then only it will be solved, because the supply chain, the majorly challenges that we don't have the small rural or the major areas, the uh, the warehousing and logistic things, like specifically in the hilly area there are challenges, and there are but that that is happen once the infrastructure is increased. In the food supply chain, increasing the regulation, uh, there are always debate into when the regulation is come, because in one side we are talking about the ease of doing business, and second side we are talking the adding the regulation to the more. But in my view, regulation is only for the benefit of the consumer only, consumer and the industry also. Why say I'm the industry? Because once the regulation will come, because what happened that if we going by the car to the one place to another place, if there are certain regulation or the certain signal barrier is there, then and then only we will stop. Otherwise, we will if the if the signal or the some policeman is not sit there, so we will cross also. So as an Indian or the Indian people, specifically if they have regulated only, they will work in a very controlled manner, and that control give you the confidence to the consumer also and the processor also. If and regulation is made for the benefit of the industries only, because what happened that whenever we work in a complete food supply chain, what happened that certain people are not understanding the impact of the whatever work they do. But if they know कि भाई this I will do the wrong, the some regulator will become, and he will he will take action against me and the company. Then and then only he will carefully do the all the things. So increasing the regulation is also, and increasing the and there are certain people in the industry also. Certain people come in a shortcut ways. Certain people follow the rule and go in a wrong way. So just I will give you the example. When the COVID will COVID we faced the COVID 2.5 years in India. There are certain industries has come as a human boosting the immunity. There are a lot of companies has come, like small companies has come, but lot of companies are the not even having the studies, and they will take the advantage of the certain period and move it out. If the regulation, proper regulation is there, proper things are there, so these type of uh, like the these type of things will not happen, and long run people will only sustain with the increasing location. And if our regulation is increasing, means we are not only following the Indian law, it feel easy for the exporting our produce to the other countries also. Because what happened that if we see, there is when you are exporting to US and Europe, if the produce is gone and if it is not meet their regulation, they will not even not allowed to enter into the port also. They will strictly tell you to throw it into the sea or get it back. So that is a thing. The increasing regulation is always good for the supply chain. Food fraud is the area where the India has to see the lot of challenges, and there are challenges, but in India people are now understanding, because our consumer here, the consumer awareness is more important. And if you see the last 10 years, due to the digitalization, the people are getting more aware about the food, instead of the who is selling the food or who is producing the food, the consumer are asking, "Kibi, these things I require, these process I require, this technology only produce I require." There are this is lack of honesty is one of the aspect if you see in the supply chain. I feel that whenever whenever you are into the any supply chain business, food supply chain, on every business or everywhere the honesty is required, because and it is a food for we are dealing with the food, like and if we see the whatever the food supply chain were involved, the it can be not taken by the you, but it can be taken by the your relative, your neighbor, your societies. So keep honesty and the keep crystal clear is very important. Otherwise, the some of the people, for the benefit of the small rupees, they will give the expired product or the some of the low quality product to the consumer, and that will actually the uh, 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 these people are the not in the business. But I think that honesty is because honesty, if you see in India, India is known for the honesty. Yes. Next is a small scale conventional farming, like as I discussed also previously, there are one district one product and the farmer producer company and small bachat gut and the small cooperative. Now the cooperative department is also coming. The cooperative department also giving the lot of fund to the small people to come together, produce their process, and do the value addition and sell the product. So these are the problem, and I think every problem having the solution. Only we need to enter into the problem. Once you entered into the problem, then definitely you will get the solution. And once you get the solution, you are the happiest person on the earth, because what happened that a lot of people are scared of the problem. If the actually achieving the next milestone is uh, achieving the whatever the challenges you are there. So we should move ahead with whatever the challenges we have. These are the problems we discuss. Now our next is the potential in the value chain. Just I say the making the accessible to the market, like anything, like if we see in the food value chain, there are a lot of products are come, like a lot of herbal extract is there, organic product is coming, immune booster product is coming. So that the to assess that market, and people do people are coming with the health, vegan food, plant-based food. These are the new foods are coming, and making them accesses to all means, like a lot of people are don't aware about also the food. If we see the going back, we are the millet rich country, and millet is our staple food before the green revolution is happened. Now also the people are moving from wheat and rice to the millet. If we see our next year, 2020 is a millet year, and a lot of and India is the only country who is producing a number of millets, and not only the people are moving to the millet diet, but only the for the new generation, the awareness and the accessibility is required. And internationally also the people are getting the more aware, more things. And millet is the one area where the India can become a food factory for the millet. And even if we see in the Ministry of Food Processing also uh, given the PLI scheme for the millet processing specifically, and even individual state who has having the millet, they are also promoting the at farm level, because they see that millet is the only the way to to boost our immunity. If we see the our forefather or the grandfather, they know they having the age of the 85, 90, but they don't have the still not having the any diabetes or the any lifestyle diseases. But in the new generation, if you find 35, 30, 35 only, we are starting the getting the lifestyle diseases. That is just due to the because of eating habit. Our eating habit is are the basically the millet base, and that food is need access to our next generation. That is one of the potential area, and there lot of startups are coming with the new ideas, new, but in that there these product previously don't have the basically convenience and the availability is not there in the previously, but the new startup come up with lot of innovation, and they are bringing the convenience and the easiness to the, because nowadays everyone is busy, everyone in the food value chain need a quick product to eat, and immediately eating they require. So complete value chain and the instant product having the much more demand, specifically in the older recipe. Reducing the wastage, I say the previously it is a uh, challenge, but it is a big potential for uh, new startup, because if we reduce the wastage, your profit will increase, and the, whatever the wastage is also coming, you can make the like like some product are getting wastage, so you can go for the organic, making the organic manure that can be again reused for the making of the good product. So these are also startups we can do that. Automation in the supply chain is a very much potential, because India has to see the revolution in the supply chain in the next 5 years. And when the supply chain revolution is happening, in that revolution, I think automation play a very important role. Like simple like uh, controlling the temperature, controlling like while traveling from one place to another place, like controlling the temperature, even the putting the small thing. If we see the nowadays lot of e-commerce in India, seeing the e-commerce revolution in India. So that revolution, the supply chain automation play a very important role, and that in that a lot of foreign companies also investing that one. Secondly, the cold chain infrastructure is a very much potential things, and Indian government also, I say, the agri infrastructure fund state-wise they are giving, and that cold chain infrastructure is, if we see the whatever the demand and supply, we only reach up to the 40%, only 60% still we have the gaps in the cold chain. So 60% is very much, and lot of people see in the whole uh, supply chain. If we see, if we handle the, like every business having the certain like, if we see the just I give the example, when the produce on the farm and the produce on the table to eat, in that the double or the triple is the price of the product, and that double and triple of the price of the product, like if we taking from the farm 1 rupees, the when reaching to the consumer it will be go about the 3 to 4 rupees. So that money goes to the different, like cold chain is one of the aspect where the people can spend near about 30 to 10 10 to 15% in the cold chain infrastructure cost as a as a co- as the cost is increasing. So that margin, the cold chain infrastructure people can get it. Food processing manufacture, who India is saving the revolution in the food processing manufacturing, like at rural level also. If we see the Atmanirbhar Bharat and the one district one product is reaching to the rural India, and the lot of small farmers sons also entering into the processing of their agriculture produce, and that is a good sign, because only the food processing or the in food value chain, if we do the processing and the certain value addition also, you will get a good price. Otherwise we have to sell our product in the same price, and it will not serve the, like if you like every year the pricing of the input, agri input is increasing, pricing of the labor is also increasing, and you are getting the produce and you are selling in the same rate. So how do you sustain? Like if you see the in if we read the news, kibi farmer is not getting the money, so farmer suicide. These are the aspect is happening because of the farmer is not involving in the doing the value addition of the food chain, value addition. If they involve only, then and then only they get good price, and when they get good price, then I think this the farmer challenges will definitely removed out from the nation. And I think we should wish Kibi, the every farmer should get a good price, and the farmer suicide news is not no more in the nation. Then and then only we can celebrate the like 75 years of the independent. So I think that is a true celebration, if we give the our farmers get protected with the very good price. Logistic and transportation, sorry, before that, the food retail and the export. food retail Food retail and the export is the area. Retailing sector is, I think, started booming in Indian condition, like in 2004, 2002 to 2004, where the foreign direct investment in the retail industry has very 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 much boom. And nowadays, with the complement of the retail, e-commerce has also come. And I think India has to see the lot more revolution, specifically in the food retail, because when the traceability and the farm level different value addition will become, and retail play a major role. Because what happened that due to the lack of the much more retail space, if we find our product is stored or the product is sale in the roadside. If we see the, I just remember the when in 2005, I'm hearing the uh, uh, Mukesh Ambani ji, the chairman of the Reliance Retail. That time they have the vision कि भी Indian people take the shoes from the going to the metro or the Bata AC showroom, and they are taking the food from the roadside, where the no AC, nothing is there. So I think that revolution is needed. If we are taking the like the things like shoes and the which is not eating, but whatever thing we are eating, that should be taken a very very good place. And that uh, that is called development of the country or the development of the nation and the development of the farmer specifically. Because in that case only the farmer get a very good price when their produce is get sold in a proper retail shop. Because where the people go and take the produce, they will not bargain. If we see the in the whenever we go and roadside and take the produce, what we say, if the person is still 10 rupees, we will bargain also. But when we go in the mall, we don't bargain. We just go and take it. So that is a very much important to for the modern retail, retail food retailing. And export is definitely we are the actual the food factory for the world. So in a certain area like fruits and vegetable, rice, wheat, these are the area we can feed to the uh, not only our India, to the world. Even logistic and transportation is an area where the lot of because we have the internationally very good logistic, like ports are building in a different area. Even dry port is also building in a very big way. And warehousing and the transportation, specifically transportation practices, like people are now getting aware कि भाई, if we are not transport the properly, our food value get deteriorated. And if the value is get deteriorated, we will not get a good price. So food transportation, as I say, the price gap is 1 rupees to the 3 4 rupees. In that also the logistic and the transportation, the people are need to spend more than 5 to 10% of their business things into the this sector, because this sector is also growing. And every sector is play important role when the food reaches to the consumer. Uh, these are the areas where the just I discussed with you also. Basically, the uh, input supplier, processor. And nowadays people are seeing the directly direct direct sale infrastructure is also, government is also focusing on that, more on the direct sale to the consumer, because a lot of FPOs is doing that work. But to make it that sustainable, I think uh, is a very big challenge. Because what happened that in the metro cities, it is like Pune, there are farm, they are doing good, but they are doing in a certain area. But replicating that, they are facing the challenges. Why? Because of the all they are not following the complete value chain, like primary processing, aggregating, distribution, and the and the wholesale buyer. These complete chain, like is a need, because if then and then only it will be reached in a time. Because every these are the 4 5 pillar of the whole supply chain, and everyone has to play his own role. If the sometime what happens that where the I even I discuss with a lot of forums also, where the our startups are get failed. Why? Because they want to do the all the things, like get the produce from the farm and reaches to the consumer. And getting that 5 to 6 thing for a small company, it is a very difficult. If we see the big company like Walmart and Amazon also, they are not also, they only do the one or maximum two things. Rest of the thing they will outsource from the others, or they will hire the other services. But our lot of startups want to do कि नहीं, मेरा सारा कंट्रोल होना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए. It is a it is actually, you can say, the you are getting a bounded by yourself. You don't bound yourself. You whatever your expert is, one or two, work on that. Whatever your weakness, give us to the expert, or give us to identify the expert and give it to them. It make your life easy, and it will help you to grow in a very big way. What happened that a lot of people started the business doing the x amount of business. If they have the potential of doing the 10x business, but due to the involvement in all the areas, they will do only the 10x business. They see the more profit But if we see the if we do the more volume and the less profit is also there, that is important. So my always suggestion is the take the minimum profit. Don't focus on the maximum all value chain profit to yourself. Give it to the others also, and make it in a big way, like in a 10x way. That will help you, and you will help the other entrepreneurs also. Then how to improve in a supply chain, that lot of research is required into the from institute like Shobhit in universities or lot of agriculture universities. That research is required, because still we are the challenging, and the entrepreneur cannot be involved into the day-to-day challenges. He can only identify the challenge, and university can work like students, MBA student can work with them, identify the challenge, and give the solution to the that is one of the uh, then even regular audits or the regular checking whatever you are doing is doing right or not doing. So we need to check that also. We need to check on the trackings, our systems also. Like there are a lot of EPR, CRM based system has come. So we need to see ki bhi it is all things are they in place or not, or there is a certain improvement is needed in that area. We need to check that one. Just I this is we discuss the issues, and now we see the potential in the potential. Like potential means we should, if you want to involve into the agriculture, so agri entrepreneurship is one of the like we should be for the specifically for the student. you, uh, you should go for the agri entrepreneurship. What is the agri entrepreneurship? Value addition to the agro processing in the rural area, engaging largely the rural human resources. Specifically, I'm focusing on the engaging the rural resources, not the metros, because whenever we are involving in the rural resources, the migration is also stop, and so involving the rural resources is very important, and finished product and produce in the rural area of the resources often in the area in a largely the rural people. The the my purpose is to in whenever you are going to the agri entrepreneurship, so rural involvement we need a very much in a deep level. Why it is a need of entrepreneurship in agriculture? I feel that the farmer or the in the rural, there is a entrepreneurship is always there. Only they don't evaluate their self, because what happened that if we see in the entrepreneur journey, everyone having the challenge, like any startups, or if we take the name of the Adani or the Reliance, they will also have the challenges. So, but what they do, they will discuss with their mentors, the universities, their core group, and identify the challenges and move forward. But uh, what in the farm level or the in the rural level, what happened? We will not discuss with the farm our problem. वी शाय कि भी नहीं यार, मैं मेरा प्रॉब्लम बताऊंगा तो ये ऐसा करेगा, ये हंसेगा मुझ पे, ये करेगा वह। क्योंकि आप जब तक आपका प्रॉब्लम नहीं बताओगे, जैसे आप किसी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो और बताते हो कि मेरा ये प्रॉब्लम है, तो ही आपको सोल्यूशन मिलेगा। प्रॉब्लम जब तक नहीं बताओगे तब तक आपको सोल्यूशन नहीं मिलेगा। और सोल्यूशन हर एक चीज का सोल्यूशन है इंडिया में। प्रॉब्लम आने से पहले उसका सोल्यूशन आ जाता है बोलते हैं। तो सोल्यूशन इज देयर, ओनली वी हैव टू ओपन इट ओपन इट आवर सेल्फ कि भी नहीं, हमें प्रॉब्लम प्रॉब्लम के साथ नहीं रहना है, हमें सॉल्यूशन के साथ रहना है। तो दीज आर द सर्टन चैलेंजेस। जैसे हमारे, मैंने बताया कि हमारा प्रोडक्टिविटी के ऊपर भी हमें काम करना जरूरी है, और हमारा जो इनपुट कॉस्ट बढ़ रहा है उसके ऊपर भी, उसको इनपुट कॉस्ट को लो कैसे किया जाए। इनपुट कॉस्ट लो के लिए अभी ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग में काफी लोग काम कर रहे हैं इंडिया में। तो उससे, उसमें वो फार्मिंग में यही बताया जाता है कि जो कुछ हम ग्रो कर रहे हैं उसी को सस्टेनेबल कैसा किया जाए, और उसके ऊपर ही काम कैसे किया जाए, उसके ऊपर ये हो रहा है। और जब तक आपका प्रोडक्टिविटी नहीं बढ़ेगा तब तक आपका प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी भी नहीं बढ़ेगा। और प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ाते समय आपको आपका वैल्यू एडिशन और आपके जो इनपुट और जो ये है बेसिकली वेस्टेज है वो भी मिनिमाइज करना है। अभी आप देखोगे तो आपके जो एग्री फार्म में जो कोई चीज बनती है, हर एक चीज का कुछ ना कुछ तो भी यूज है। हम ये नहीं, हम हम ये नहीं सोचे कि उसका हस्क यूज करनी है, उसका स्टेम यूज करनी है। हर एक चीज का अलग यूज है। अगर हम उसको प्रॉपरली हमारे इकोसिस्टम में यूज करें तो वही हमारे लिए इनपुट का भी काम कर सकता है। इसके लिए हमें जो स्पेसिफिकली इंस्टीट्यूट का कि यहाँ पे जैसे नए नए क्रिएशन क्रिएशन करने जरूरी है। जैसे काफी इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स भी आ रहे हैं अभी, और वो और काफी न्यू बिजनेस वेंचर्स में भी लोग इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर के थ्रू ये करें। तो इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर के साथ आपको अटैच होके उसमें आपको मेंटरिंग करना में उनके मेंटीज और उनका सपोर्ट लेके ही आगे आप बढ़ सकते हो। बेसिकली आप जैसे ये सेक्टर वाइज मैंने बताया, जैसे प्रोसेसिंग में है, देन इनपुट एग्रीकल्चर इनपुट में भी काफ़ी ये हो रहा है। एग्रीकल्चर इनपुट में जैसे हम स्पेसिफिकली कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी देख रहे हैं, बायो फर्टिलाइजेशन है, वर्मी कंपोस्टिंग है। देन इवन अभी सटन ये आया हुआ है कि बाबा सटन कंपनीज आर वर्किंग कि भाई सपोज करो अगर हमारे यहाँ हम 2 क्रॉप ले रहे हैं, सपोज करो टोमेटो ले रहे हैं और भिंडी ले रहे हैं। तो टोमेटो के लिए अलग न्यूट्रिएंट लगते हैं, भिंडी के लिए अलग न्यूट्रिएंट लगते हैं। बट हम जब यूज कर रहे हैं अभी फिलहाल में दोनों के लिए भी सेम ही न्यूट्रिएंट डाल रहे हैं, सेम ही रेशो डाल रहे हैं। उससे क्या हो रहा है कि हमारा कॉस्ट भी बढ़ रहा है और हमें जो ईल्ड आनी चाहिए वो ईल्ड भी नहीं आ रही है। तो उसके लिए अभी इस पे प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिक इनपुट भी काफी इसमें आ रहे हैं। तो उसके ऊपर भी वो एक एरिया है। इरिगेशन सिस्टम, एग्रीकल्चर टूल्स, इसमें भी काफी, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ पे भी अभी तक एग्रीकल्चर में एग्रीकल्चर इक्विपमेंट और मैन इंटरवेंशन कैसे मिनिमाइज किया जाए उसके ऊपर उतना काम नहीं हुआ है। इसीलिए हमारे ये जो बजट आया हुआ है इसमें ड्रोन टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए स्पेसिफिकली उन्होंने काफी बड़ा बजट दिया हुआ है। ये ये कुछ इम्पोर्टेंस है जो एग्री एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के लिए है। बेसिकली रिड्यूसिंग द, जैसे मैंने स्पेसिफिकली बताया कि रूरल लेवल पे हमें काम करना है। तो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, मैं तो ये बोलता हूँ कि भाई जो जो लोग बोलते हैं इंडिया में कि भाई अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, आई थिंक वो पर्सन काम करना नहीं चाहता। ये काम नहीं है ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। इंडिया में तो इतना काम है कि आपने 24 घंटे की जगह 48 आवर्स किसी को मिलता है, तो 48 आवर भी काम करता है तो भी उसके लिए काम की कमी नहीं। आई डोंट थिंक सो कि, बट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इज स्टिल देयर। एंड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए हमें बेसिकली उनके चैलेंजेस ये रहते हैं कि वो रूरल से बाहर नहीं निकलना चाहते। तो हमें रूरल लेवल पे ही कैसे प्रोसेसिंग हो उसके ऊपर काम करना है हमें। जैसे स्पेसिफिकली हम बात करेंगे कि अभी लॉट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, इसमें अभी भी चैलेंजेस क्या है कि वो स्किल जो लैक ऑफ स्किलिंग है, वो स्किलिंग बहुत कम है। और वो स्किलिंग कम होने के कारण, उसके कारण क्या हो रहा है कि हमारा जो वेस्टेज है वो वेस्टेज भी बढ़ा है। तो उसमें काफ़ी, जैसे शोभित यूनिवर्सिटी को भी जो स्मॉल स्मॉल एग्रीकल्चर रिलेटेड या उसके स्किलिंग बेस्ड कोर्सेज पे काम करने की ज़रूरत है, जहाँ की उससे पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड जो या हो प्रोसेसिंग हो, उसके छोटे छोटे ये स्टार्ट किया जाए, ताकि उनको स्किलिंग उनका, हमें जो नेक्स्ट एंटरप्रेन्योर नेक्स्ट बिजनेस पर्सन आ रहे हैं, उनके लिए जो मैन पावर्स है, जो जो फैक्ट्रीज बनेंगे उसमें वो करने के लिए, तो हमें स्किल बेस्ड कोर्सेस स्पेसिफिकली इन्वॉल्विंग द इंडस्ट्री पीपल। लॉट ऑफ टाइम व्हाट हैपन दैट कि भी कोई कोर्स बन जाता है, उसमें इंडस्ट्री का इनपुट ही नहीं लिया जाए, इंडस्ट्री को भी चाहिए रहता है, ये एक के बारे में बात करते हैं, तो दैट दैट कोलैबोरेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड, तो उससे ही वो ये होगा। देन जैसे मैंने बताया कि भाई अभी एफपीओज का चलन काफी बढ़ रहा है, तो एफपीओज में भी लोग काफी काम कर रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट है हमारा बिजनेस स्किल टू लर्न द बेसिकली। मुझे लगता है बिजनेस स्किल्स ऐसा है कि जब तक आप आगे, जैसे सर्टन मीटिंग स्पेसिफिक टू द प्रोडक्ट प्रॉफिट, मतलब हम जब कोई भी मीटिंग करें कि स्पेसिफिक टू द प्रोडक्ट प्रॉफिट करें, negotiations negotiation between business models and the value chain partners, एंड बेसिकली स्किल सेट एक ऐसी चीज है कि आपको, जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि तलवार को कैसे हमेशा आपको युद्ध में लड़ना है तो धार लगाना जरूरी है, वैसा स्किल सेट का रहता है कि आपको अगर बिजनेस में रहना है तो आपको हमेशा आपके स्किल्स को बढ़ाना जरूरी है, आपको नया नया चीजें सीखनी जरूरी है, कि आप सिर्फ एक पर्टिकुलर कोर्स या पर्टिकुलर चीजें सीख के सोचोगे कि मैं बिजनेस करूंगा, तो नहीं। इट इज लाइक वॉर, तो आपको हमेशा आपकी तलवार को आपके आपके नए नए स्किल से, नए नए इससे ये करना पड़ेगा। और चैलेंजेस तो हमेशा ही रहेंगे, मैं ये कभी नहीं बोलूंगा कि आपको चैलेंजेस नहीं रहेंगे। बहुत से लोग स्टूडेंट्स या बहुत से नए नए एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हमें ये पूछते हैं कि भी हम जॉब में हैं, हम बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं, या हम बिजनेस अच्छा है या जॉब अच्छा है। मैं ये बोलता हूँ कि हर एवरीथिंग हैव द, दोनों चीजें अच्छी है, सिर्फ आपका इन्वॉल्वमेंट, आपका कैपेबिलिटी, आपको क्या करना है, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। आप ये मत सोचो कि आपका आप माइंडसेट लेके आ रहे हो कि जॉब करना है और आप बिजनेस में उतर जाओ। दोनों के चैलेंजेस, दोनों के चीजें बहुत अलग है। आपको जैसे जो रोल दिया गया है, वो रोल में आपको फिट बैठने के लिए जो स्किल सेट, जो टाइम देना है, या जो चीजें करना है, वो आपको वो करना ही पड़ेगा, तब जाके आपको आप वो चीज में सक्सेस हो जाओगे। नहीं तो आप देखते हो हर एक फील्ड में सैकड़ों करोड़ों लोग हैं, बट वी नो ओनली द 10 to 15 people in a certain sector. Why? Because other people don't have the capability। है, उनमें भी कैपेबिलिटी है, बट उन्होंने उस कैपेबिलिटी को एक्सप्लोर नहीं किया है। तो मैं यही बोलता हूँ कि आप जो कैपेबिलिटी हर एक के पास है, सिर्फ आपको एक्सप्लोर करने की जरूरत है। अगर आप एक्सप्लोर नहीं करोगे तो दूसरा कोई आपको एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए बैठा ही हुआ है, कि भाई जो उसका सेट स्किल सेट है उसके साथ उसको एक्सप्लोर करें। तो आपको आप अपने आप को कितना कितना डीपली और कितना एग्जॉर्बिटली जाके आप कर सकते हो, ताकि, और जब हम फूड वैल्यू चेन में काम करते हैं ना, तो काम करते समय हमें एक ही ध्यान रहना चाहिए कि भाई हमारा जो, अगर हम कोई भी वेस्टेज कर रहे हैं, या कोई भी हमारा वेस्टेज को कैसे मिनिमाइज किया जाए, उसके ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, मतलब वी आर सेविंग द वेस्टेज। तो इसके लिए एकदम इमरजेंसी जैसा है कि हमें दूसरे कोई भी एस्पेक्ट में ये नहीं होना चाहिए, तब जाके आप ये फूड वैल्यू चेन में काम कर पाओगे, सक्सेसफुली काम कर पाओगे। और काफी लोग मैंने देखे जो फूड वैल्यू चेन में आए और चले भी गए। क्यों चले गए? कि उनको लगा कि भाई ये बिजनेस इज वेरी ग्लोरियस। बिजनेस ग्लोरियस है, मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बट उसके लिए जो टाइम जो देना पड़ता है, एफर्ट देने पड़ते हैं, बिकॉज इट इज अ लाइव थिंग, मतलब जो प्रोड्यूस है वो लाइव है। तो आपको उसको 24 आवर्स तक आपको उसको एक मिनट भी मैं बोलूँ उसको, अगर कंट्रोल इसमें या कंट्रोल टेम्परेचर या कंट्रोल इसमें नहीं रखा तो वो आपको बड़ा लॉस हो सकता है। जहाँ पे उसमें बड़े प्रॉफिट है, दूसरी साइड में उसका बड़ा लॉस भी है। तो आपको वो दोनों चीज मैच करने के लिए, आपको कंप्लीट वैल्यू चेन में काम करने के लिए हर एक एस्पेक्ट में डीप में जाना जरूरी है। उसके चैलेंजेस तो रहेंगे एक बार। और मैं आपको ये बोलूंगा कि आप जब वैल्यू चेन में काम करोगे तो आपको चैलेंजेस आएंगे, बट नोट दैट चैलेंज एंड थिंक कि भी ये रिपीट नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर वो रिपीट हो रहा है तो आप रिपीटेडली बिजनेस में नहीं रहोगे। आपको यही देखना है कि भी वो मिस्टेक बाद में ना हो। मुझे लगता है मैं इतना ये करके मेरा ये जो बोलना था मैंने फूड वैल्यू चेन पे बोल दिया। अगर किसी के कुछ क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे तो हम वो क्वेश्चंस 1-to-1 भी ले सकते हैं, या बाद में मेल पे या फोन नंबर या इंस्टीट्यूट के थ्रू भी आप मुझे अप्रोच कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू डॉक्टर। हेलो
Mr. Umesh Kamleji, you can come out from the presentation mode. I'm
Yeah,
also
yeah,
very
yeah,
happy. You put a thank you with all vegetables, and
yeah,
it's very
yeah,
important. It's
yeah,
very
yes,
important that a man, he is from farm to fork. He has depicted the thank you with the tomato, capsicum, and mirchi.
yes,
It's very important. And
yes.
you'd like to just 1 minute, eh?
Just go to that.
Okay, just 1
WhatsApp,
minute.
go to that StreamYard, no?
Ah. It is very nice that Mr. Kamleji, now after listening to you, after going through various aspects of issues and challenges and potential, I have conducted 87 editions. So the 88th edition has opened my eyes, and I should have you know requested you to talk at least in the second or third edition, so that we would have progressed a lot of agri entrepreneurs in this country. We would have been able to give mentorship as well as also train them appropriately. Because today you have come out with the issues in such a manner that it's very important that the issues which you come out one after another, that the trace issues and traceability issues, and then the challenges and potentials. I would like to invite, before I summarize, I would like to invite Mr. Satyanarayan Raman. He's also joined. You talked about in your discussion.
Yeah, no.
Uh, I think there is some echo. Mr. Raman, you can in your just there is an echo. Can you put it your echo off? Your allow, yeah. There is you mentioned about the importance of that the value chain, and then how this millet value chain is going to bring in benefits to the farmer and also consumer. I have requested Mr. Satyanarayan Raman, who is a millet value chain expert, and he has established processing facility and he exports. He is an IT expert, and he has now converted himself into that secondary agriculture processing, especially millet value chain. So I would like to hear from him, because he's also watching your programs, and I would like to hear
Yes,
from him that from today's webinar, that because food value chain is different, and it's the raw materials comes from agriculture. From agriculture commodities we create food value chain, but food value chain is going to be a very responsible value chain. So that's why you talked about in your more than 20 slides, you brought out every issue appropriately to even to list out something. In the potential one, you talked about the potential in food value chain takes care of making food accessible to all. And you also said it that when you wanted to buy shoe, you go to showroom, which is in AC. But you would like to access to food, you are ready to eat, which is available on the street. And then we bargain with the people to buy from the street. But in the showroom, you don't bargain. So if you would like to make farmers and the raised pedestal to give more income, that we have to buy agricultural products from place like where how the shoe is being sold and people buy it. And this is very important. You see that making food accessible to all, and then reducing food waste and automation in food supply chain. This is what the Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology is stressing. We have created about some 44 value chain working group in different commodities. And cold chain infrastructure. You also talked about that state-wise the government of India is creating, providing fund subsidy for agriculture infrastructure and also processed food, manufacturing, one district to one product. And this is very important. That's what the Doubling Farmers Income Committee report, the volume 12B, Digital Technology in Agriculture, talks about how to create a digitalized agriculture value system for 400 agriculture commodities, and then how to bring in the value chain food retailers and exporters, global value chain and local value chain, regional value chain, and logistic and transportation networks, how to bring in technology-enabled logistics and transportation. And this is a very important thing, and I'm also very impressed to see that in one slide you talked about a local food value chain, how it should be. And many of the things that a man produces a material, raw material, and he sells it to the trader. He is not part of the value chain. That's why he's not able to get some share of what the consumer gives to the retailer. And then he also said it very how to improve food supply chain management. He talked about you've shown the importance of research and review, suppliers, distributors, and carriers. This is an important thing. And then he said that agri entrepreneurs, who should become an agri entrepreneurs, why it is needed, where you are extremely talking about need for entrepreneurship in agriculture. This is where we talked about the country needs about 2.25 lakh agri-tech startups, agri entrepreneurship, rural innovators, and agri innovators. Solutions to critical agriculture issues. He said that whether Reliance or Adani, when they have a problem, they don't hesitate to discuss with the experts. But individual farmers have a problem, even to access to the researchers and so on and so forth. And then how to address low crop productivity. Crop productivity is very low. How to increase it? Because we have to increase land productivity. High input cost for agriculture things, wastage of crops, and how to make more productions and profitability, and how to create a new business venture, innovative products and services, new business venture and innovative products and services. And I think I salute you, Mr. Umesh Kamble, that you brought out the best which you should give to the whole, whole India as well as to the whole world. I think that jointly Farm to Fork Solutions Private India Limited and the Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology through the 4 centers of excellence, you should move towards to facilitate the agri-tech startups at the grassroots level, one per each Gram Panchayat. At least one should see to that one pilot project in every state. It's very important. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Satyanarayan Raman to intervene, and then what he has received and what is his viewpoint after listening to your talk. And I would like to invite Mr. Raman. Please brief and give your intake. Mr. Raman.
Thank you, Professor Moni, for bringing me in. Am I audible, sir? Yes. Right. Thank you. Yes, I've been talking to Mr. Kamble and also listening to this very important discussion. Yes, see, the problems which have been told by Mr. Kamble, yes, they are there. And I have been working on providing solutions for different industries, technology solutions, last 28 years. Okay. And very recently started focusing on the Agri tech industry in providing the technology solutions. And I've seen that more than 95% of the solutions which are given for the problems, they fail. They fail due to some reasons or the other, because the people who are giving the solutions, they forget to think on three different aspects of A, which is very, very important. When someone gives a solution, technology solution for A, which is agriculture, the three A's which people forget to think are, the first one is affordability, the second one is adoption, the third one is the agreement. Okay, or I would rather say first one is the affordability, the second one is the agreement, and third one is the adoption. See, for providing a solution for different aspects which we have discussed. Okay, so the technology is costly. Okay, see, and to address the key challenge in the agriculture, we have to see how to take the best of the technology at the lowest cost and try to implement it. Because we are trying to bring this into the agriculture space where we are trying to make the farmers or the processors to be profitable. But the first thing which we need to say is the cost of the technology should be first affordable for the solution. So that is the main thing which will help, which will determine whether the solution is viable or not. And the second aspect is the adoption. The adoption is, see, it is very, very difficult to expect someone who's not educated, okay, for adopting a particular technology and telling the jargons to those people and scaring them. See, already people, okay, see, already, see, the best way for adoption is where the industry, the university, and the NGOs should help in adopting, in getting the agriculture industry adopting to the solution which comes from the industry. That is very, very important. The third thing is the agreement. Okay, the person who's adopting, the finally who's there, we are talking at the farmer level or the processor level, so they have to agree for that. If they don't agree, then we cannot go and implement any technology solution over there. The agreement is, say, for example, the cost which we are trying to say, for example, a farmer's cost of implementing a particular technology, if that is, say, 1 rupee. If we say, then the industry and the university should tell, if the cost of implementation of technology is 1 rupee, then the value of the sale of your produce will fetch you additional 1 rupee in selling price. So we, as an industry, okay, along with the university, we help in adopting you in the adoption, and with the affordability of, say, 1 rupee from the overall, we help you get a profit of additional 1 rupee. Say, for example, if a farmer sells a little millet grain for 40 rupees, if I put a cost of technology as 1 rupee 41, okay, the 1 rupee which is increasing on the cost, the farmer should be able to sell it at a 42 rupees. That should how the technology or solution should be so that the farmer feels that if I put 1 rupee, I'm getting 1 more rupee because of the value which the technology gives on the produce of the farmer to the buyer over there. So we as a company Millet Mart Ventures Private Limited are have 2 platforms, 2 solutions, technology solutions, which are ready and which can be implemented at processing level as well as at the farm level. And this is also the need for the buyers from the global market. We are now looking at India as the primary center for, say, I'm talking from the point of millet because I focus on millet, but this is also applicable for other grains as well that we need to understand in mind. So from the buyer's expectation is that, see, there are 2 things which is already told in the issues. That is also the expectations from the buyer. The buyers, even in India as well as abroad, are looking for, one is the quality of the food, okay, which is called food trust, and also they're looking at transparency and traceability. Okay, so we have a solution called food trust, which we fit into any primary or secondary processing unit to ensure that the quality aspects of what is being fed into as a raw material, the quality aspects are measured and recorded, plus the products which are produced from the processing. Okay, it can be any value-added product. Okay, for example, it can be cookies or noodles or porridge or ready to eat, ready to cook. So what is the quality of that and how is it packed so that the shelf life is retained, so that the product is remains as fresh as it is until the shelf life which is given on the packing. So this food trust helps in showing the quality aspects of the product, and for the entire Agri value chain where the issues of transparency, traceability, and the trust, okay, is there. So we have one solution called Global Agri Value Chain, which we have implemented for our customers in Dubai. We have piloted that and we have launched it in Dubai as well. Now we are ready to do that on a large scale, at the agriculture grassroots level at the farm. So for that, as Professor Moni has said, we have signed an MOU with the Shobhit University, and we are trying to bring in incubation centers, add more startups into the incubation centers, and put them directly on the job in the adoption of these technologies at the farm and the primary processing level, so that the implementation of the entire solutions become easy, affordable, as well as profitable for everybody in the value chain. I hope. Okay, so I have. I'm done with what I would like to say. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you very much. You can, switch off. Thank you very much. Can I have Mr. Mr. Umesh ji? Okay. You listen to what Mr. Satyanarayan Raman talked about it, Mr. Umesh ji?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah. So, it is, today you talked about, just, can I have that? You talked about lot of issues in a very systematic manner. Even there, I have even, noted down. Just come out. I'll see. Okay. And, even one thing which you said it, that, it is that I even noted down that the importance of agriculture entrepreneurship challenges based by agri entrepreneurs. You talked about why agri entrepreneurs needed. And now, what are the importance of agri entrepreneurs? What are the challenges they are facing it? And there, you talked about lacking skills. They lack skill and knowledge on various, processes related to agricultural production systems. That, and especially on post-harvest technologies. And then you also very importantly put it that business skills for farmer entrepreneurship. And this is where you talked about, that you talked about meeting, negotiation, profitability discussions, and generating interest and evaluations and so on and so forth. I think this needs a certification program with from joining with you from the university, a certification program on business skills and by farmer entrepreneurship, maybe a 1 month program or 2 months program or 3 months program. This is what I immediately got that idea that this is an important thing that everybody is going it. This is one thing that various other skills which are needed, but the business skill is that how they should communicate with others, how undertake business deals. That is very important. And just 1 minute, I would like to also summarize that what you talked about it. And now Mr. Satyanarayan Raman has talked about that he's exclusively working on millet value chain, and he also come out with a lot of ideas, suggestions, which you talked about it, and it is very important. And let me go through one after another. To start with, you talked about that what constitutes a food supply chain, and the diagram itself conveys a lot of messages. And and then it says that every aspect needs energy. If the energy is not there, that various components of the food supply chain will not be effective. Then what are the problems in food supply chain? You talked about it: food loss and excess inventory and increased inefficiencies and increased costs, consumer demand for traceability. You spent more than 5 minutes on this issue. And fragmented supply chain. That's what more than 20 editions we talked about the need for regional. Today you introduce one: local, regional, national, and and the global value chain. Then you talked about that the problem potentials in food value chain, challenges, problems, and potentials. And then you talked about that how to improve food supply chain management. This is where that you explained the role of education, academic institution, how industry, NGOs, and academic institutions should join together. And then you also talked about that how an agri entrepreneurship should be. And then you also said that, in other words, agri entrepreneurship is one. You also defined it: he or she who is in the business of agriculture. He should understand. It means that simply their DNA should be agriculture. If their DNA is agriculture, they are not necessary to have an agricultural science degree. It should be, not a degree pathway. They should be intelligence pathway. That base agriculture intelligence pathway. And that is more important, which you have defined very nicely. And then need for entrepreneurship in agriculture, and then opportunities in agriculture entrepreneurship. This is very important. This is where we have to have a handshake. You said that at the farm level, what type of entrepreneurship it provides opportunities? Production using technology. It is not the conventional farming technique. My grandfather was doing it. My father was doing it. I'm doing it. But I will not put my son and daughter to get into agriculture. And then, resources and demand in market. Assess the resources and assess demand in agriculture, market. As a service provider, one can participate. Many startups can function as a service provider. That's why I'm telling that if you to serve 14.5 crore operational holders, you need 2.25 Agri startup. And then input producers. And that's why countries like Netherlands, they are now bringing a whole, that world organizations that on how to give high quality, low cost inputs to farmers. And it can go from India too. Netherlands has started. They are not concentrating on output, but they're concentrating on that how to make farmers completely, to increase productivity, for which they should have a low cost but high quality input. And India has got a very good market. And then as an input producers, and also put value chain, processing and marketing. I think today's topic is very, very important. It should come out as a policy paper. I would like to request you, Mr. Umesh Kamble, that based on this talk today, we will generate a policy paper and we will submit it to the government for appropriate action. And then next one is that you talked about that opportunities for agri entrepreneurship, need for agri entrepreneurship in agriculture, and importance of agri entrepreneurship. And then they also face challenges. It means that it is not a bed of roses. It is a lot of problems. One has to look into it. All the problems and challenges have to be taken as potential opportunities for this sector. And finally, we need business skills. The entrepreneurs need business skill. They to be learned by farmer entrepreneurs. Even not only the farmer who produces, he has to get more money. So he has to have an entrepreneurship skill and business skill. That is more important. And I was quite impressed by your thank you that is not with the just black and white. It is multicolored, but through this agriculture commodity. It means that it is that this is the DNA, agriculture as a DNA, which you brought it out. So I would like to hear from you that how to go about it based on today's talk. Kamleji.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. I think as you suggested that we should, I will definitely come in your third or second edition also, and we should go for the like MOU with your university for the mentoring your agri startups. Even in a more way, we can do for the some of the courses with collaboration of the university that will benefited to the specifically for the agri entrepreneurs. And my main motto is or the I my whole journey is only with the food and agriculture entrepreneurs only. So whatever the help or whatever the challenges, whatever the time they needed the any help, farm to folk or myself is always there with the universities entrepreneurship or the whole chain of the people who are involved in the food and food value chain specifically. Because what I say ki basically it is a not a like a one time commitment, it is a lifetime commitment. Whenever I work in this area only, because it is a agriculture or the food value chain is in my blood, you can say. That's all. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And then, and see, as a former Director General NIC, former Deputy Director General, Agricultural Informatics, and Project Director and District Information System way back in 85 with 28 sectoral database development. So I have seen the complete value chain in e-governance and digitalization, what is needed, involved in lot of policy and schemes development for operationalization. Then I thought that, in order to bring in rural India to shine and smile and roar, that digitalization of agriculture sector is very important. That's why the Soviet Institute of Engineering Technology gave a platform. and had become the Professor Emeritus and established 5 centers of excellence. And to promote agricultural informatics as is a new discipline, bringing in a fusion of technologies. And being a mathematics student and computer science student from IIT Chennai, 76, 78 batch, mathematics, MSc Mathematics from University of Madras, 74, 76. And a person born and brought up in rural area, and agriculture is my DNA. So how to bring technology to the rural area? And I traveled more than 42 years after my education in government systems production. I'm a product of government systems, but I thought that I have responsibility to bring back technology to the rural area. That's why the Shobhit University has given a platform with 5 centers of excellence, which no other university in the world has got it. They have agriculture as a use case. And India needs 1 lakh agricultural informatics professionals at the MTech level, and BTech level, and BG diploma level. And we have to convert as every educated person in India at the postgraduate level, BTech level, and BS agriculture level as agriculture as a preferred option to get into agriculture value chain. 700 districts, 6,500 blocks. We need 1 lakh professionals, in this agricultural informatics. So this university has launched programs, and we'll be very happy that as per the stipulations, we can have only about 20 people at the MTech level in the MTech agricultural informatics and MBA agribusiness management. And this is PG diploma and a diploma. I'll be very happy that out of 750 districts, can't we have 30 people to train in agricultural informatics? People like you should be in a position to bring it. Let us join together. Let us join MOU, sign an MOU. Let us bring out
Yes.
agricultural informatics discipline. This will bring in a sustainable entrepreneurship. Like you have agricultural and food supply chain is in DNA, we have to bring in a sustainable value chain. A sustainable value chain means we have to sustainable entrepreneurship through formal education of skill and entrepreneurship through agricultural informatics. That is on retrain everybody into through agricultural informatics to work for rural India. India is an agrarian economy. So if India is an agrarian economy, that every educated person should know what is Indian agriculture, not only the consumer. They should be the part of the Indian agriculture economy as a as a service provider, as an educated person, and this agricultural informatics provide that service. And this is very important. Thank you very much. And we'll work together, and we will, as a partner, let us work together and bring in agricultural informatics as the basic ingredient to make farm to fork solutions as a profitable preferred option, even to provide services to the our friendly countries like African nations. It's very important. That's why we have closely working with ARDO, African Asian Rural Development Organization, and which is a member country, an organization of 33 member countries, 16 from Africa, 15 from Asia, and 2 are there as invited members. So thank you very much. It's very important, and for you to participate. Initially, we had some technology glitches, internet connectivity availability, and we have connect. It's thanks to it's only such technology glitches only will make us to be more sustainable in bringing in sustainable technology to the rural area. We have to face problems, and then only we will know the importance and potential of having such a what do you call glitch-free technology solutions. So thank you very much. And with this, I would like to thank Mr. Umesh Kamble and
Thank you,
Mr.
sir.
Satyanarayan Raman for participating in this program. And today is a very important day that I am having this program from the university's main campus, Meerut. And otherwise, this program used to have from their NCR campus, that is at Noida sector 57, A87. And thank you very much. It's and I would like to thank the man,
Thank you.
Mr. Harish Chabra, and he is doing this background work, and he is the man who is organizing this event through co-learning platform of the university, and is the best experience to bring in all the these stakeholders to the value chain, co-learning value chain. And thank you very much. We will establish a joint venture on food value chain to train the people to undertake skill development and entrepreneurship development. So with this, I thank Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members, and the participants, and the guest speaker, Mr. Umesh Kamble, and Mr. Satyanarayan Raman. Thank you very much. We will close the
Thank you.
studio and leave.
Thank you. Thank you.
Close the webinar and leave studio. Thank you very much. And thank you for your participation. Greeting from Shobhit University. For more research inquiries, please contact Professor Moni Maraswamy, Professor Emeritus and Chairman, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Government Research Studies, Center for Agri-Business and Disaster Management Studies, and former Director General, National Informatics Center, Government of India, New Delhi. My email ID is moni@shobhituniversity.ac.in. Thank you very much. Thank you.